Hello internet dwellers, I'm Oki, and if you clicked on this video, it might mean that you are familiar with the films of Takashi Miike. If you're not familiar with his films, you should get on that. As the God's Will is one of his latest films, and it's actually one of the few films that I've really enjoyed this year so far. The main character is named Shun, and he lives a boring life. He sleeps during class when and if he even shows up, and he spends most of his time playing Resident Evil at home. Huh, that kinda sounds like me. Am I living a boring life? His boring life becomes the complete opposite and turns into a game of life and death. During class, his teacher's head randomly blows up and a Daruma doll comes out through his neck. Now, this creepy Daruma doll can talk, and the students are forced to play a game where, if they lose, their head blows up too. Their heads actually blow up into like little red caviar-looking things. Caviar. The way to win the game quickly becomes obvious to the students, but only one of them lives. Which student won? Our main character, of course, Shun. Lucky little Shun. It's those survival horror games that he's been playing. None of the things I'm saying are spoilers, by the way. This all happens in the first 10 minutes, and it's a 2-hour film. We soon learn that the students in the other classrooms were subjected to the same kind of game, and all the surviving students end up being locked in the gym, where they are forced to play yet another game, this time involving a giant maneki cat. I'm still not spoiling too much. The winners of that game end up being transported to a giant cube that's hovering over Japan, and we're shown that this is actually happening all over the world. The thing is, the military and all those peeps can't get into those cubes. And hundreds of people gather around outside, watching what happens inside the cubes on a big screen. Basically, the games are still going on inside the cubes, and students from different high schools are now trying to fight for survival. Now, as you might have gathered, the film is very fast-paced, and it's really over the top. It's basically Scott Pilgrim meets Battle Royale. However, we do get to see some of the characters' backgrounds, mostly through flashbacks, and we often see them having to make really tough decisions during the games. My favorite scene involves them having to answer a series of questions without lying, and someone ends up dead after the first question. That question being, what's your favorite food? I know that sounds kinda weird, but I'm trying to be as vague now so I don't start spoiling everything. The film is actually based on a manga, which I have not read, which isn't really a surprise because of the cartoony nature of the film. There's more heart to the film than I've implied, though. Shun starts to realize that his life before wasn't as bad as he thought, and there are some really great character moments, specifically ones with the female character, but all of that is better seen than explained. It ends with a huge cliffhanger. Huge. Which means I'm probably gonna want to read the manga, but I do hope that they make a sequel. I'll be so pissed if they don't make a sequel. If any of the things I've said appeal to you, then you should definitely check out this film. And if you're a big fan of Takashi Miike's films, then you're definitely gonna like it. I know that Japanese films are getting kinda hard to get a hold of now, but when there's a will, there's a way.
Hey kid, it's time to play a game.
Is it Silent Hills?
Nah, it's like red light, green light, but if I catch you move, you lose.
Is my head gonna blow up?
Maybe.
Huh. Actually, that might go viral. But, sorry though, I'm gonna have to decline.
You can't refuse.
I just did.
You can't refuse, that's not part of the game.
What are you gonna do about it?
Me? Do you know who I am? What I'm capable of? I can easily gut you like a... Wah!
Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review, and if you do get a chance to see the film itself, I hope you enjoy that as well. Until next time, stay scared.